Welcome back to Central Valley Today, everyone. Unless you know exactly what you want to do with your life at an early age, sometimes it's difficult to achieve the career that you truly want and love. In fact, only 50% of all Americans are satisfied with their jobs, just 50%, and that has gone down more than 10% from 20 years ago when 61% of people like their jobs. And today, we are getting advice on what careers match our personalities. This is going to be so fun. Joining us now is Dr. Greg Quezon, a Los Angeles psychologist to the stars. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Greg.
Thank you.
I know it's Dr. Quezon, but I like to call you Dr. Greg.
No, it's no problem.
All right. Why do you think that people are picking unsatisfying careers?
You know, it's probably the reason most people pick careers. One is just convenience. It's where they live or what they see in the help wanted ads, or it's just a job they could get easily and quickly, and they just maybe fall into a job and move up. Another one is maybe they're attracted to the salary. They like the dollar sign,
yeah,
so they want that's what the kind of job they go toward. You know, another reason is the prestige. A lot of people pick jobs based on prestige, and these are things like a physician or an attorney or something else. So they go to this school and to become this job that may not fit them at all, and after all that work, that's a little disappointing to find out.
Yeah, it is.
And then maybe last but certainly not least is pressure by other people, which is people like parents or even loved ones who say, you really should go into this career. I think you'd be really good in it. And maybe they would be good in it, but it may not be what their heart tells them to do.
Got it, got it. Okay, so follow your heart. There are 6 types of people, or I should say careers. Is it people or careers that we're talking about? The realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. I'm just copying what you wrote over here. We can go over them a little bit more thoroughly, but let's talk about that.
This is exciting. It's based on solid research, which is by John Holland, and John Holland's theory is person-environment fit. Okay. And it's basically saying we as people and our personality fit into a particular environment because of the personality of the environment. We never think of workplaces having a personality, but they do.
Oh.
And so if we can get the person with their personality in the right environment, then we've got some gold, and that's going to be good. So the first one is realistic, and these are people who really are the machinists or the mechanics or farmers, people who really like working with their hands, using tools and things, and they really like observable accomplishments.
And they're very honest, as you can say. So if you believe in honesty, common sense, which a lot of people do, but you put them all together and you're the realistic type of career, right?
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely. The second one is investigative. Investigative are people who like math, science, intellectual pursuits. These are the scientists. They really pursue knowledge and learning and achievement.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, and those are your biologists, geologists. I love that. Artistic.
Artistic, you got to love this group. These are the people who love reading and writing, and they love creating art. These are, of course, our writers. These, of course, our actors, maybe even interior decorators. Anyone who really loves to make their environment or make things that are beautiful or create. Creativity and expression and self-expression and beauty are some of the values in this group.
So you can be a teacher and be part of the artistic type.
Well,
clergy, therapist,
interesting. The social type, which you can be both, and we could talk about that in a second, but the social type are people who like helping and teaching. These are the people who like working with people and understanding others. And their jobs, these are people, jobs tend to be things like clergy and therapists
I see. Okay, so artistic would be more like musicians, actors, and you mentioned that. Gotcha. Okay, enterprising.
Enterprising, these are things that like persuading others or directing others or selling. These are a particular type. These are our financial and social success. These are the risk takers that are out there. And they're people like executives or even attorneys or people that are in sales. Sales really make up this group.
That's a tough job.
It's a tough job, yes.
Yeah. But so the next one is conventional.
Conventional are people who like order and routine and clear standards. These are our bookkeepers, our bankers, our accountants. These are the people who really like to keep things neat and orderly, and they like money and accuracy, and they even like power sometimes. So this is a particular group. Now, actually, all jobs, these kind of are 6 individual categories, but believe it or not, like you brought up, you could be an art teacher. So you would be both artistic and social. And we actually look at different jobs. They actually have different combinations of things, individual jobs.
And at what age do you think that you should start taking all this into consideration and looking within yourself to see what kind of career or what kind of person you may be?
Maybe about high school is a broad, but you know, because up until then we want people to really experiment and just kind of find their way. And this is good for parents to know about their children. Expose your children to different things and then find out what they're good in and really try to nurture those things. Sometimes it's things the parents don't expect. And they can nurture those things along. Say if you want to raise a child who really values working on machines, but your child just does nothing but gravitate toward a microscope, then maybe you want to start nurturing that. And that may be an interest for them. And it may fade away, you know, as we know with children. But when you're in high school is really the time to start questioning, and that's the time you can start looking at these things.
And it's good to let people know, especially those high schoolers, because at that age you're doing so many other things and then maybe thinking of what your life is going to be like at the age of 30.
Yeah, in fact, you really don't consider the future too much in high school.
Exactly.
But you do consider your happiness. And you could start someone who's in high school on the path to happiness.
Good point.
At an early age. So they'll be looking at just what's going on in the present.
Is there testing or anything like that that you could do
Absolutely.
at that age?
Here we spend 1/3 of our lives, 1/3 of our lives, sometimes more, doing work. So, and it behooves us to actually take this very seriously. So there are things called career testing, which you can actually take tests. The two big ones are the strong interest inventory and the self-directed search. And they're very good career tests. They're based solidly in research. Other types of websites, let's say, have lots of career tests on them, but they're not always as good. They're often based on the same theory, but not always as good. I would go with the gold standard test.
Okay, and what are those websites?
Well,
you know them offhand, or is that ncda.org?
NCDA.org is a National Career Development Association. You can get links to those websites through there.
Perfect. Okay, and your number and website is really easy. There it is on your screen, everybody. www.drgregcason.com, and his number 437-4734, area code 877. And you just love to answer questions and talk to people and fill them with information, right, Dr. Greg?
Yes, absolutely.
That's what you do. Thank you so much. That was really interesting and fun to find out what kind of career types there are. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Stick around, everyone. Central Valley Today continues right after this.